Um, so you, the five of you, we are missing Farmer tonight. He will be joining us later, or he will not be joining us tonight. I'm sorry, he's not unavailable tonight, but he should be back next week. Um, the five of you decided to trap the predators by sending out a radio signal to send people back to the vault. It was slightly convoluted, but had a generalized good effect. You ambushed some predators, murdered them hard, and now you have some dead bodies to deal with. And that's kind of where we left off. So, yeah, you guys have finished your root and toot and shooting gallery, and now there are some bodies to go through. Six of them, I believe.
Yes.
Uh, any unique weapons that they have?
There's some laser rifles. There's a plasma pistol on one of the guys, and between all of them, there's probably like 500 caps total. Um, other than
Uh,
that, not. I mean, they've got some combat armor, but nothing super special.
I would like to look and see if I can find notes or
Sure,
emails.
sure. Um,
Asher yells out, "Hey, remember the scent?"
Yeah.
mm. So, can I get? I don't remember what I was doing. So let's try this again. There we go. Can you give me, let's say, a perception and half of luck rounded up?
Okay.
all of us?
Just Figment, I think.
Okay.
I have one.
You have one success?
One success.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, you guys all go kind of rifle through pockets and check and make sure. They are all wearing Pip-Boys. Some of them are a little broken, but there are a couple of them that'll still work. Um, on one of them, you do find a note, um, hastily scribbled. You're not sure if it's written poorly out of anger or out of poor penmanship, but it is hard to decipher. It takes you a few minutes to really think you grasp the concept of what is being written here. But something along the lines of go there, find out what's going on, come back and report to me. And then it is signed Leo.
Hey.
Well, at least we got their attention.
Yeah, we know they listen to the radio, huh? Um, I have a feeling that Leo, we're probably going to have to individually kill all of them before Leo comes out here, if he does. I don't know
See,
that he'll ever come.
I don't think he'll come here because this isn't technically his territory, right?
Right.
I mean, if predators usually take an area, claim an area, right? And then they expand the borders, but or check their borders, but they usually stay to it, right? They don't really deal outside of it, right? I mean, that's my thought.
Well, unless they're hunting, but he's got all of these guys to hunt for him. So,
So honestly, after all this, I'm thinking we're trying to blow up the wrong vault.
yeah.
I think
I wonder if there's a way that we can track these guys from where they came from. Can the Pit Boys maybe be checked to see if they, were using it to navigate? Maybe we can go backwards from where they came from, or to where they came from.
is anybody good at that?
I mean, I know I've done it before. I expect Frankie probably is a little smarter than me, though, if it takes some smarts. And you are also familiar with Pit Boys.
Who's Frankie?
Oh, Freddie?
Okay.
Oh, yes. I was
Sorry,
curious. Like,
that's my bad. I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah. I am familiar with the Pit Boys, but I may be able to just tinker with it. But some of these Pit Boys are really old and they can be really finicky. But let's try.
Okay.
Bringing up my sheet.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing to have up.
Yeah. What do I need?
We're gonna call it intelligence and science.
Ooh, nice. Not half bad at those. Need a rolling space. Here we go. Uh, crap. What's our threat range?
19.
Do you need an assist?
An assist would be great. I've got one success and one complication.
For the record,
Proper.
my action point pool is empty. Your guys is at 7. So just keep that in mind.
So you might
Does
take
it-
that as an action point.
Who wants to help Freddy?
I have 7 in intelligence plus science.
Okay, that's better than me.
Okay. I
Teamwork
will
makes the dream
hopefully
work.
not hit another complication. I did not succeed, but I did not complicate the situation further.
It looks like the internal mapping system on all 6 of them have been damaged by energy outputs. And having looked at that, you do recognize that the plasma pistol needs some repair. It can be used, but it's leaking some energy that's causing problems. You can gather enough to see that they came down, the route that they came down and how they got here. You're just not sure where it starts because there's some breakage in the route that they took. But it looks like they came down Keystone past where the gunners are set up, and then came all the way down to where you guys are at by cutting across. So it looks like they came down Keystone, which indicates to you that they're up there somewhere. The trail kind of cuts off around 62nd Street.
Okay.
I
There's
share
a
all that.
broad ripple.
I'm sorry?
Sorry, there's a ripple settlement up there too, right?
Yeah, not too far from that intersection of 62nd and Keystone. To the west is the Ripple.
Okay.
Maybe we can head up Keystone a ways and see if we find any more clues, or maybe we can ask some people at the Ripple.
I think asking people to Ripple would be a good idea.
Yeah. All right then. Do we want to do anything with the bodies? Maybe, I don't know, leave them a message or something?
I've got no
How do
problem
they
doing that.
disperse the pheromone?
I'm sorry, what's that?
How do they disperse the pheromone?
Oh, it's when we take the pit boy off, right?
I'm sorry. What was the question? What do you mean disperse the
How do they
pheromone?
spray their victims with the pheromone to track them?
Oh no. So all of the Vault 124 inhabitants automatically give off the pheromone. That's part of the genetic modification.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought that in one of the earlier sessions they had sprayed us with the pheromone.
No,
The-
you guys picked up the Pip Boys and Vault suits from other victims, and the pheromones were stuck on those.
Yep, and
'Cause-
the Pip-Boy was booby-trapped, and it sprayed us when we took it off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I kind of want to harvest the pheromones, but I don't think I have the tools to do it right now. So maybe we could just hide these bodies somewhere, and if we need to get the pheromones, we can come back and get it.
Didn't Farmer make us vials? I have it written somewhere. I think 8 vials or something.
You have vials of the prey pheromone, not the predator.
Is the predator pheromone what's in the pit boy?
No, I don't think so. I'm
The
pretty sure it
Pip-Boy
was
had the
pheromone.
prey one.
Yeah, because that way, if you killed one of them and took the Pip Boy, they'd be able to track you down and kill you.
Right. So we have plenty of the prey pheromone.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And if you
Yeah,
want
If
to
we have enough,
extract,
then,
go ahead.
if we have enough, then I don't need to extract anymore. So all good.
If you wanted to extract the predator pheromone, I would say Farmer would be able to do that. I'm not going to make it roll for anything because that's just.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not going to penalize you guys because Rob wasn't able to come tonight.
Okay.
So I am
Well,
taking that complication as action point for me.
Okay.
Okay. So, Does that mean that we could theoretically get some syringe or ammo for the predator pheromones as well? Kind of like how we did with the prey pheromones?
He would need a workbench to make it into the actual like syringe or ammo, but that shouldn't be a problem. As long as you guys can find a chemist workbench, that's good enough. There
Could
might be one
Dart,
there. I'm sorry.
sorry, I was gonna say, could Dart and I do anything right now to disguise ourselves somewhat,
Um,
or do we
you
need it
can
extracted at a lab?
no, you can give that an attempt. I'm gonna say luck. Let's say luck and agility. Don't even half them, because you're gonna need 4 successes between the two of you, and
Oh my
Dart can
goodness.
roll like normal.
Okay. I'm gonna use a couple action points. Does that sound good? I'll use one for me and one for him.
Yeah, works for me.
Okay.
Put you down to
So,
5.
ooh. So that's 2 for me, and then 1 for him.
Okay.
There's no like critical successes except for a 1, right?
Unless he has something tagged. Oh no, because you don't have anything tagged on that. Correct? Yeah.
Yeah. What could I do with a luck point? Can I buy a success with a luck point?
There are lots of things you can do with luck points.
Yeah, I'm looking.
You can buy a reroll, I want to say, on one of your die.
Yeah. But I'm gonna spend a
So
luck point and reroll.
okay.
Was that cool?
Yep.
And that made it.
Perfect.
That's 4 successes, and
Yeah.
he's down a luck point.
So yeah, the 4 of you can, or the 2 of you can cover up your natural scent. You will not show as prey necessarily, more as like just
Neutral.
yeah, neutral.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping. Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So you guys headed up the route that they took down. Sound good?
Go up to the ripple and see. Maybe
Yeah.
even talk
So
to the hunters.
I'll kind of, as we're going along, I'll keep an eye on footprints, to just get a general sense that we're still trying to stay in the same area. I won't follow it perfectly if they, I don't know, got real crazy with where they were going, but
a lot of their trek was on the roads. So even when they cut
pretty,
across, it
pretty
was
quick it
on the
doesn't show.
roads.
Okay.
Yeah. I do need an endurance and survival roll from everybody. There's no set number here. It's just a matter of how many you guys get total.
Okay, good, because that is not good for me.
You roll two
I hit
20s?
hard. I apparently do not do my exercise and my cardio, and that shows.
That's 2 from me.
1 and 1 for me, 1 for Dart.
Want 0.
I also didn't get a success.
Cool. Fantastic. So you guys head up rural, or you head up to rural and start taking that north. I need everybody to give me a perception and luck, half of luck roll.
Drop my die. Perception and half of luck.
I'm sorry?
That's a complication.
Yay!
2
Actually
successes.
got 2 successes.
I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one either. Oh, I got 1.
Fantastic. Let me get to where I needed to be in the book that I thought was way closer than this. It is
And,
not.
Is this associated with the skill or anything?
No, not at all.
I was going to say that as we travel, Asher's going to kind of be doing what he does and move in the shadows alongside the group, kind of acting as a scout.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Excellent. Holy crap. Sorry, I'm trying to get the book to act like it's supposed to, and it's not doing what I want. Here we go. Okay, so as you guys are moving along, you're kind of up ahead into the to the right or left, depending whatever works best. Is that right, Asher?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You come past a couple of buildings. You look both ways. Nothing really there. You cross an intersection, and as you see the rest of the party kind of coming up to the intersection, everyone that got a success hears like a grunt. Miranda, your character does not hear it, but your hackles go up like real quick. And we will
Could you do the
go.
grunt for us? What does it sound like, Matt? Like that? Like somebody coughing?
Do you like that? Is that good enough for you? Do you want?
One more time? I didn't hear it.
I'm not, I can't do that again.
Okay.
Um, we are going to drop into initiative. I'm going to have to jump over Figment. You're aware that something's out there. You don't know enough to really react. But
Okay.
go ahead.
We get, I think, an action point. Hold on.
That's right. You have a thing where if you start.
Yeah,
combat,
Dart has one. We get 4 action points, so we get.
Jesus. Okay. That'll cap you guys back out.
Is that because of like your spider sense is tingly or?
Yeah, he has like a sense for danger, and so if they act before me, then
Okay.
he gets to roll a combat die.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. So yeah, Asher, you're gonna get to react. It did come from behind you. So you went forward. It's coming from behind you, somewhere on the street to the east.
All right. But I heard the grunt. It's behind me. Do I see anything?
You can spend your minor action to kind of post up next to the building and poke your head around. There is something moving behind like a low garden wall, and it looks rather large. From a quick look, you're looking at probably a deathclaw.
Okay. So, with that, I am going to. Man, you had to throw this at me, Matt.
I know. I would say also, just for the record, you're at medium range from it. So if that helps change your decision.
What it will do is I'm going to spend a. I'm just gonna. I'm gonna yell out, Deathclaw, and I am going to. I have a piece of junk in my pocket and a throwing dagger, and I'm gonna be running across the street, clanging the two together like I'm snipe hunting, and run into a building, hoping to draw its attention to me.
Okay. Perfect. That would be the rest of your turn. So the Deathclaw does get up, and so did you go farther west down that road? Like in
Away
the
from
opposite
the group.
direction?
Yeah, away from the group. So
Okay.
they should see it emerge and come after me because I went
Yeah.
across the street. Yeah.
So a Deathclaw does go bounding towards that direction and kind of crosses in front of you guys. Doesn't seem to take notice, but you do hear the footsteps of a second one, not going nearly as fast, but also following along behind, and kind of ends up right in front of you guys. Not really noticed anything yet, just other than Asher, because he made that very easy. But that's kind of where we're at when we get to friendly.
Oh wow. Gosh. I think I'm gonna hide. Is there anything nearby that I can I don't know, hide in or towards or behind?
There are a couple of buildings you could definitely hide in. I would also, I know that Deathclaws seem like big bads in Fallout, and they are. They're not safe by any means, but they are not nearly as dangerous as your characters have them in your minds. Like you guys are
Okay.
more than
We're at level
competent.
12. Yeah, okay.
So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying don't go hide. I'm saying keep in mind that you might be able to take them. I'm not just
So
going to
I'm
murder
gonna
your Deathclaws.
I'll use a minor action to get behind some cover.
Cool.
And then, how far away are these two different death claws right now?
The one that was running fast is probably a medium, and the one that's kind of in front of you guys is probably close.
Okay.
Now you could also take like a defensive position behind something that would put you at medium if you'd like. That would still be fine. It's up to you.
You know, I actually think from my position, I'm going to take a shot at the one that's at medium range.
Okay.
So the medium one's kind of past us now.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot at him and see if I can get his attention.
Sure, for sure.
Or kill him. Or her. Sorry, I don't want to gender the death claw. I'm not sure what their gender is. You didn't describe that, Matt, so.
That's fair. They
Yeah,
have
I'm gonna use
giant death claw boobs, both of them.
Oh, sorry, ladies. So I'm going to spend an action point.
They're just out for a girls' night, and here you are just shooting them.
You know, I feel unsafe in this moment. I'm going to try to...
It's fair. Yeah.
I need death claw mace. Like,
Yeah.
alright. Oh gosh, no! Oh, I can't even tell you how bad that roll was. Well, I can. I rolled 2 20s and a 16.
Fantastic.
So 0 successes from me, and I can't spend enough to get rid of the complications. So
Not really. You could
think I'll
spend the
just sit
luck to
on it.
re-roll a die. Like, that's not out of the
I
question.
could, but I'd still have at least 1 complication. How bad is it going to be with 2 complications?
Well, that's 2 action points for me.
There's up to 3 action points.
That puts me at 3.
You don't
Right
have.
now.
I'm gonna ask.
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna spend
finesse
my
at
luck
all.
right- What's that?
Do you have the ability, the perk finesse?
I do not.
Okay, because it would have let you re-roll all the dice.
Right.
Mm,
I am looking to see if I have anything else that might be helpful. I'm more of a lover than a fighter. I will just, yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it be a really terrible roll.
Okay.
Serves me right for interrupting, their hot date or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
On the bright, you might be so bad of a shot they didn't even notice it because the bullets didn't go anywhere near them.
Yeah, just. And they obviously didn't hear that.
Yeah, of
Shot.
course. No. What are you shooting again?
Was I shooting? Did I say I was shooting? The one at the medium range that went past us.
No,
I was
I'm saying, what are you shooting with?
Oh, a hunting rifle. Yep.
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely not quiet at all. All right. So next in the order is Freddy.
All right, we've got one at close. Has it noticed the loud gunshot pretty close to it?
Oh, for sure.
Well, Freddy has always believed that the wasteland needs heroes, and, a heroic end is just as good a story as any other. She is gonna pull up her bat and charge.
Okay. I assume you're charging the one at close, right?
Yes. Out of curiosity, I take it that Black Widow or Lady Killer doesn't really work on.
No, it
Death
does not
Claws.
at all.
Hey,
Not a
hey!
single
Now
bit.
you said both of these were ladies. I'm just reminding you of the picture you've painted for us, Matt.
I'm pretty sure it is applying to men and women humans.
Okay, all right.
All right. I suppose if you're gonna play it that way, rules as written and common sense.
Trying to help.
I'm so dead. All right, here we go. Confident? Feeling confident. All right, got my bat, got everything. Roll. And by the way, as she's running up, she definitely tips her helmet, which looks just like a baseball helmet, right before she makes her swing.
Sure.
Okay, got this. We got this. We're gonna do great. That's actually pretty good. That is 1 crit, and
Ah, yes.
do I get to reroll that other one? Nope, I thought I had the additional one, so that is just 2 hits.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
All right. I don't get to roll as many dice because apparently I can't date these death claws. I'm just saying I am a wonderful date. I would compliment them on their horns. I would take them to a nice restaurant that served cow.
You're great at hitting on people. Nobody? Bad pun? Okay.
I don't get to add anything else from that, so that is... Okay, that is 7 damage with Vicious, so that makes it 8.
Okay.
I'm going to spend an action point to make them vulnerable
Okay.
until my next turn. Damage done against them is increased by 1 die.
Okay.
And then
So-
I'm...
Did 8. Perfect.
Nice. And then, what's our pool at again?
You guys are capped.
I'm going to spend another point for an additional attack.
Cool.
Excellent.
Because I have Action Girl and Martial Artist. And, oh, man, oh.
You could spend some luck.
My
have
favorite
to,
part
'cause I
about
have-
Sarah making extra attacks is that Sarah gives me more action points.
I just have 1. I thought I had something that allowed me to reroll one of my d20s.
Yeah, you do. You have several things, but most importantly, you always have luck. You can spend 1 point of luck off of your sheet to reroll one of your d20s, or up to 3
I'm going to do that.
damage dice.
I'm going to do that because I need to hurt him more. So, oh, and that's a crit for 3.
Okay, you definitely hit.
Very nice.
One more hit. Here we go. To the face. That's not ideal. You can only ever have just one effect go off, right? So if I have multiple 5s and 6s, it
Nope,
just counts.
it
the
goes off
attack
every
once,
single
right?
time. Nope, it goes off every single time.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, sweet.
So basically, if you have vicious, all of your effect dice are 2 damage. And if you had
Nice.
something that gave piercing, it would pierce that much.
Then that is 11 points of
Cool.
damage.
Cool. Let me double check its character sheet to see if
So
it.
you just come up on this thing and just like smack it upside the head one way and the other.
You actually knock it to the ground with that second swing. It's
That's
not dead by any
insane!
means. It's not dead by any means, but it is knocked to the ground because you did critically damage it. Can you roll? I'm going to roll the location because that's important. Fantastic. You crippled its left arm.
Boom. More like Death Claw, which makes less sense because it's a single. Never mind.
Are you done after that?
Yeah. What's persistent do?
It does the amount of damage equal to the number of effects that you rolled again on its round on I think the monster's next round.
Oh, okay, because it's bladed and it has that, so it'll take 4? 4 damage.
Suffer
from the
weapon
effect?
damage again at the end of the next round equal. So the end of your next turn, you're going to do 4 damage to it unless I can use a major action to make it quit.
Nice.
But I would say that it's going to take 4 damage, and its physical damage reduction might be higher than that. So
It worked.
Yeah.
I hit him. Hit
works for
her.
me. Figment, it is your turn.
All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, it's also Dart's turn, and I'm going to send Dart to fight with Freddy, which means every time Freddy hits, Dart hits. From now on.
Okay.
And then I am going to need to take a defensive position so I have medium range.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot him with a bow. I think we'll do serrated arrow.
You don't want to do explosive? Freddy and Dart are right there. Share the love.
Right?
Your damage is up by 1 die.
My damage is up by 1. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Vulnerable.
thank you. Yeah. Okay, so I hit 3 times. I got 3 successes.
Okay.
Um, and then I'm going to spend ammo. I'm going to spend an ammo to have extra, which also means that I get to reroll damage dice. So if I spend an extra arrow, that gives me an extra damage die. Is that right? Sorry, is
That
that's
is
the way?
correct. What's your fire rate on your bow? I think it's just one.
Just one, so I can only spend one.
Yeah, so you'll spend one and get an extra die. So that plus the extra die from Tenderizer from Freddy.
I
will
should
put
be at
you-
7.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as serrated arrow doesn't give you extra. I think it just makes it vicious, doesn't it?
Serrated arrow. What does that do? It gives me piercing and persistent.
Okay.
Okay. Which I already had piercing. Does it double on itself?
It would add on, so it would add another piercing to it. So it would be piercing 2.
Okay, so I got piercing 2. That means I got 2 effects die.
Okay.
So that's 4 piercing. Is that the way that works?
4 piercing, also 2 persistent.
Okay. 2 persistent. I got, and each of those is also damage.
Correct.
Right. And then 1, 2. That's 10 damage total.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna take 10 damage. No, he's not. He's gonna take a bunch of that though. Cool. Okay. Yeah, he takes that. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I think that is it. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Fantastic. Asher, you're next. You are successfully in a building, hiding.
Well, if I hear all that behind me, I'm like, crap, they weren't supposed to attack it. And I whip around with my laser rifle, and I'm going to shoot whatever I see. That's a death claw.
Yeah, there's one coming towards you.
All right, and it's not the one that they were fighting?
No,
All right.
it's the one that was chasing you pretty fast. It is, I would say, at close range. It's at medium range, we'll say.
Is it going to be able to fit in the building?
Not right away, but none of the buildings through here are newly built. So walls crumbling is not out of the question.
Well, I'm going to start by shooting it, then I'll back up.
Sure, makes sense.
So let's go ahead, and I'm going to spend 3 points, if that's all right, of our action.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So that is going to be a 4, a 4, a 3, an 8, and an 8. Because I get a free dice.
Yeah.
So that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits.
You hit it for sure. No question. You hit it hard.
And so that should get our pool back up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely will.
And I'm going to roll my damage. Now, do I get to use any of those hits as damage as well? Or do I just roll my base weapon damage? It's
I think
benefit.
it's just the base weapon damage.
All right, got it. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of my effects. So, and that's just the effect so far. So that's my effect on this is piercing 3. And then I've
Cool.
got an additional 5 points of damage on top of that. So that's 9 damage with a whole lot of piercing through their armor.
Only piercing 12.
Yeah,
So 9 damage, you said?
9 damage.
Oh, that's not on that one. What's on this one? Okay. Yeah, he gets knocked down from the shot. That was a pretty strong shot. Neither one of them are dead, but they're both down. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend my firing rate to add more damage if that's possible.
Sure. Yeah, do for it. Go for it.
So, and that just is a reroll on the damage.
It's just more dice. So, what's your fire rate?
Fire rate is 2.
So you can add. You can lose 2 more ammo to add 2 more dice.
Let's do it. 2 more effect dice, 2 more points of damage.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to do?
Slinking back into the building for a moment, but maintaining visibility on it.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So on their turn, the one that is next to Freddy stands up and is going to attack Freddy.
Rude.
Yeah, well, that's how that goes. I'm going to spend an action point to give it an extra dice.
Oh.
I'm going to use these red ones to symbolize murder. I'm not going to hit a single thing. Cool. And then the other one is going to move forward. John, it cannot get to you. But this turn, I'm going to spend an action point to have it rip out a hole in the wall. That's what it's doing this turn, is breaking things to get closer to you.
I have that
misses you
effect
so
on
much.
people.
Friendly, it is your turn.
Okay. Could you give me an approximate of where they're located now? Do I still have one at like medium and one at close?
Yeah. The one at close is engaged with Freddy. The one at medium has its back completely to you.
Okay. I'll take another shot at the one that's got his back turned towards me.
Cool. Okay.
Turned away from me, I should say.
Yeah.
I will spend an action point.
Okay.
And I'll try to take another shot with my hunting rifle.
Perfect.
Oh, that's better. Okay. So just double check. I got a crit, so 2 successes.
That'll hit. And I'll also give you your action point back.
Sweet. And my damage. 6, 8. Okay. And 1, 2, 6, 7. Now, when we have an effect triggered, you said that adds up, like it like it keeps going.
So every dice that's an effect makes the effect trigger. So whatever it is, every one of them. So if you have like piercing one and vicious, both of those go off on every action point or on
So,
every effect trigger.
So if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 effects, that's 5 piercing.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay. Cool. 5, 6, 7. So 7 damage, and I think I get some bump because of something here. Let me double check. Add 1 more die because I've got rifleman. So that's 9 damage and 6 piercing from the rifleman.
Yeah, because you have 2 ranks in it. It's 1 combat dice per.
Oh, cool. Okay, 1 more. 11 damage and
6 piercing.
7 piercing because the rifleman gives +1 piercing.
Perfect.
We can keep going. I can keep adding damage and piercing if you like.
No, we're good. It does.
Sorry, I'm still trying to learn how the damage effects add in.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It does fall to the ground again. It is again not dead, but definitely not standing anymore. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? You still technically have a minor action, I believe.
So I still have one that's kind of in close range to me.
Yeah.
Can I move in such a way and take up another position so they're still both in medium range?
Yeah, you can back up some.
Yeah, I'll back up so that I get kind of further away from the one that's close.
For sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Freddy, that makes it your turn.
All right. So it's badly hurt, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm I'm just gonna do what Freddy does best. Well, besides talking and flirting with DJs, I'm going to aim. I'm gonna aim one blow. Can you do a targeted blow in this system? Can you aim at a specific weak spot?
You can. It increases the difficulty by 1 unless you have a Pip-Boy, but I don't think Pip-Boys work on melee. Could be wrong.
Okay.
But it becomes a difficulty of 2, so like your likelihood of hitting is still pretty high.
All right. Yeah. Then I'm going to aim for that wounded left arm.
Sure. Do you want to buy any extra dice before you roll?
Bye, die.
Sure.
Cool.
Did not need it. That is 4 successes.
Back on cap.
to hit.
There you go. And then
Well,
go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, I'm going to spend a point for Tenderizer again.
Perfect.
Okay, I need to remember my effects dice this time. That is 10 damage, and 6 of that is persistent.
Okay. No piercing though?
No, I only have vicious and persistent.
Cool. Perfect. Anything else?
Dart hit
Oh, yeah.
Still up?
What
with
now?
his machete. Sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, it's still up. Yep.
Okay.
How are we on action points?
We're full. Before you take your second action, though, Dart has to complete his first action. So go ahead.
Okay.
So he got 3 effects. His machete has piercing 1 and persistent. So 3 piercing and 3 damage, 3 of which is persistent.
Is that damage effect still up? That tenderizer, like you get that +1 damage?
Yeah, so you actually get to roll 1 extra dice for Dart as well.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind. You got nothing on that one.
Okay. Perfect. The machete seems to bounce off of the armor of the body. Did you want to take a second action, Sarah?
I do.
Fantastic.
All right, just swinging for the fences, just swinging wildly, and 2. So hit.
Yep.
So you only need 1 to hit, correct?
Technically, you need 2 because you're targeting a specific area. Not everything has a defensive 1, but this does.
Oh, I'm just hitting wildly at this point.
Yeah.
Not super great. That's a bad roll.
Also, Tenderizer applies to you as well.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I rolled a bunch of 3s and 4s.
I'm enjoying that. That's perfect.
No, that's bad. That's very bad.
Works great for me.
You could spend luck to add 3 more dice.
Spend luck to re-roll 3 dice.
Oh, I thought it had added
No,
3 damage
no,
dice.
you just re-roll 3 dice.
Gotcha.
And I'm gonna re-roll 3 dice by spending another
Yeah,
point of luck.
go for it.
That was a bad roll.
Hmm.
Made the slightly better. Shoot, that is only 6 damage.
No piercing?
No piercing.
Does not seem to affect it.
I'm pretty sure Dart's
that was-
machete isn't going to affect it either.
And that was and 3 more persistent. So
Okay.
9 persistent each turn.
Yep.
I just rolled a lot of 3s and 4s.
Yep.
Hmm.
That happens. Is that it for you?
That is it.
Fantastic. Figment, you're up next.
All right. Let's try the serrated blade again. Or serrated arrow. That is, yeah, 2 successes. And then I'll go ahead and spend an ammo again. I'm gonna. Please help me remember to go retrieve my ammo, because I get to retrieve ammo. It's gonna be 7. Okay. This was not as good, but I get to re-roll. I'm re-rolling y'all. Okay. So I got 3 effects. So that would be 4. No, I get 2 piercing on each of them.
Yep.
Okay. So 3 effects would be 6 piercing. And then 1, 6 damage.
That-
Also, go ahead. Sorry.
Did that include the extra die for tenderize?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take 2 persistent damage from last time.
Yep.
Did they take Freddy's persistent damage?
No. Until this next turn, they won't take any because it hits their damage reduction. But now you guys have bumped it above that number, so at the end of their turn, they take it all at once, and they may just drop dead then. So
okay, there's going to be 3 persistent this time also.
perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Did you want to do anything else? Did you want to move or anything else was minor action?
I don't think so. I did realize they have to like roll something to see me, like to find me because this is suppressed. So I feel pretty good where I am.
Okay. Asher.
All right, so he tore a hole in the side of the building. What kind of building am I in? Look,
Like an older business, maybe. Like it has a window, but not a big window. The inside is kind of all crumbly. Not a whole lot in here. It looks like it's been looted over a couple of times.
all right. I think what I am going to do is this sounds like a crazy idea. I'm going to sneak away. I'm gonna run into the building, sneak, and I'm going to inject myself with some Calmex.
Okay. What does Calmex do?
Sneaks.
Oh, does it give you better sneaking?
It'll help me with sneaking, sneak attacks, and perceptions, I believe.
Perfect. Okay.
It's a +2 on those tests.
Yeah. Let me get to drugs.
Don't do drugs at home.
Yeah, don't do drugs at home.
All drugs will do is make you incredibly cool and fun to be around.
Fantastic. Okay, so I need you to... So Calmex is lasting.
All right.
It's going to last until the end of the scene. Oh, I'm sorry, end of next scene. I got you. Okay, cool. Addictive. Let's see if you get addictive.
Yay.
Can you roll 1 effect dice?
That is a 2.
Okay. Nothing bad. Okay. So any more doses that you take this session increases the number of dice you roll, and then you need a number of effects equal to the number next to the thing, which is 1, and then you become addicted. If that happens, then we'll deal with it. But right now, it's not that big of a deal. Perfect. So, so you're moving and you're taking Calmex. That's going to be 2 minor actions, which is essentially a minor and a major, unless you want to spend an action point to make that minor free and then still have a major.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Cool.
Main thing is I'm
is-
just going to disappear.
Yeah. Do you want to fire with your major, or you just want to stay hidden?
I'm going to I am going to stay hidden. I want it to come looking for me so I can try and sneak away on my next turn.
Okay. Then I'm going to give you the action point back because you don't need that major action. So there's no reason to spend the action point. Is
All
really
right.
what it comes down to. Want to make sure you guys keep those if you need them. Anything else from you? I think that's about it, isn't it?
Just if you want me to make a sneak check.
We'll do that on its turn when it tries to look for you.
All right.
Freddy, on the Death Claw's turn, the one in front of you dies.
Oh no! We're just
Technically,
developing a
though,
rapport.
technically it's at the end of its turn, so it's going to attack first.
That's rude.
I am not going to spend an action point. I definitely hit.
Rude.
Yeah, right. 37 dice. That's a lot.
Wait, what?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
It was funny though.
I was about to say, because I have blocker, which increases my DR and melee by 1, but,
So, 5 damage with 3 piercing. So 3 damage is going to ignore your damage reduction. If you still have 5 damage reduction, that's fine. You don't take anything, but...
to what?
You took a total of 5.
I'm into where?
That's a good question. To your torso.
I'm good. Because I have physical resistance of 9 right now.
Cool. All right. And then it dies. And then the other one is going to go looking for John. Go ahead and roll your sneak test.
All right. Sorry, I'm looking over my numbers really quick because my sneak is usually a 6. My agility is 9, putting me at 15 plus 2, right, from the drug? Or how does that work?
No, I think that's just 2 extra dice. It gave you something on agility checks, which is what this is.
Reroll. One reroll.
There we go. Then I'll go ahead and spend 3 action.
Okay.
And a first one is free, so that's 2 extra dice. Or it should be 3 extra dice total.
Yeah.
Because a ghost. And I'm going to be using my reroll ability. There we go. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 total hits on my sneak.
Yeah, so it has a good ability that will lower that down by 1. So it's only 4 successes it needed to get it on 2 dice. And it surprisingly failed to get that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So that's the end of its turn. It seems to be looking for you, but doesn't know where you're at, obviously. Friendly, it is your turn.
Okay, so, still at medium range on this guy?
Yeah.
Gal? Sorry. Gosh, I keep misgendering the Deathclaws. I'm a terrible person. Okay. Yeah, I will take another shot at the Deathclaw with my hunting rifle. I will spend an action point to attempt to do so.
Fantastic.
Oh, yes. And I will definitely hit. That is... Double checking here. 3 successes.
Fantastic. That gives you guys back 2, which puts you at 6 action points.
And then... 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 damage, and that is 6 piercing.
Oh, it dies.
Yay!
Yeah, it drops pretty quickly. Would anyone, just one person, want to give me an endurance and survival test?
Oh, let me do that. I've got a good score.
I'll fail it.
He says before miffing it. Can I use action points on it?
If you really would like to, yeah.
Yeah, I will do that just because I rolled so poorly last time. So 4 successes.
Oh, yeah. So you needed 1. I should have called that out, but that's okay. That puts you guys back at 8 action points. You yield 3 pieces of Deathclaw meat.
Nice.
Actually,
Who wants some?
I'm going to take that back. It's 6 because there's 2 of them. So
Who's
Can we
hungry?
remove the horn?
Have some Deathclaw meat.
Oh my god, I kind of want a catcher's mitt made from a Deathclaw hand.
Yeah, can we
No.
harvest Deathclaw hands? Those are like items in some of the
You
games.
can get 3 of them. One of them has been brutally smashed by a bat.
Yeah, who did that? I wonder.
Hmm.
Oopsie daisy.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
So, fun question, and probably something horrible to throw at you as a GM. I have a power called the Chain That Breaks.
Yes.
Spend 1 action point up to 3 times for 1 uncommon material per AP spent. And I get you can make 1 additional roll from the loot table when you spend the AP. Can I use that power, or would you like me not to for the
So
game?
specifically when it comes to looting things like this suggests, it would require a building, and to go through the looting on that, we can do that on any of the buildings around. That's not a problem. But I'll be honest, the looting part of this game is not as super helpful in this particular one-shot scenario.
Okay.
It's not terrible. It's just not as helpful as it could be. If we
Like
were
it'd be
playing a long
fantastic
term,
if you were like building a
yeah,
settlement
or trying to upgrade guns or anything like that. But as it sits, it gives you extra stuff, and that's great. I think that's the one you get automatically though for being Ex
It's
Brotherhood though.
Yeah, it's the Ex Brotherhood one.
Okay, but yeah,
Not a problem.
yeah,
I just
okay.
wanted to see because it'd be cool if there was a way to use that, but it's all good.
Perfect. Yeah, so you guys take out the 2 death claws without much of an issue. You can note some laser burns on them, probably from earlier fights, um, especially since you let some death claws murder some predators last game. Yeah, that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, it just you came across some hunting area that you didn't recognize you were in. It is important to note that these are normal Indiana death claws, which means they don't quite look right. They look more gatory in the face, more of elongated mouths with gator-like teeth, but otherwise they're pretty much the same.
are they holding corn in each of their claws or
I'm not getting the reference, but sure.
There's more than
I-
corn in Indiana.
in
Yeah, but that's a
Indiana
bird.
Deathclaws? I just assumed that there'd be corn involved
Corn.
somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like the gremlin from Gremlins 2 that grows vegetables out of himself. So, yeah, you guys found some death claws. Do you want to search the area? Go on. What would you like to do?
Keep moving?
Yeah. I
Keep
think so.
moving.
And we
Somebody's-
each have a steak for the end after we kill Leah.
Yeah, I'm already checking the recipes here to see what we might be able to make.
Somebody's going to hear that fight.
Yeah, it's probably good for us to get out of here, just for sure.
Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. Sorry, I got very confused. There was something in the chat, and it was from somebody not in the game, and I was like, "What are they saying to us?" It's from not today. I'm on top of it, guys. Don't worry. Yeah. So you, the 5, 6 of you, because I keep forgetting Dart's a real person. Continue north, up rural, for another maybe half mile or so, and you do see very clearly an overpass that is guarded. So there's people up on top. There are guard checks on the ground, even with like, it looks like they have stolen the arms off of like a train crossing to put here. So they've got the arms down on both sides, and there are men and women in what look like official, like military gear, walking back and forth.
Do we
Friendly, this
see,
isn't your first time through here. This looks all pretty normal. Just
This-
you know,
Is this the Gunners crossing
this
area?
is yep. This is the Gunners Crossing area.
What's
Okay, so
do I know what like the normal toll is to come through this area?
It's 10 caps per person, and then 50 caps for any pack animals.
Oh, okay.
which we got 500 caps off of
Yeah.
the predators, so we've got plenty.
Yeah. Well, and the steak, the Deathclaw meat in and of itself is actually pretty expensive.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Friendly, do you want to see if maybe there's been if they've had any problems with the predator people?
Yeah. Let me talk to them and see what they have to say. So I'll slowly approach the gate. I've probably been here several times before. They're probably used to seeing me,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, hey, y'all doing okay? You folks all right? I've got some fresh Deathclaw meat if you're interested. We're just trying to get safe passage through.
The one of the people standing out there like comes forward with um, their gun kind of not readied, but like they're walking around on patrol. And he says, "Yeah, I can check with the lieutenant, see if that's going to be doable for payment. But friendly, you've got some people with you. Is this going to cover all of you?"
Oh yeah. I'd cover all of them. I mean, if you'd
All right.
rather have caps, that's fine. But when was the last time somebody came through with fresh Deathclaw meat?
I can't say that we've had any fresh Deathclaw meat through here.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying.
I'll send it up to the lieutenant. Just hang tight for a few. He walks over to one of the small buildings that's there. That's clearly like a guard shack, and a much younger, I'd say man, but probably more like late teens at the oldest, comes like running out of there and heads towards um, the overpass and the elevator kind of thing that you saw at the last one you were at. It's a few minutes before he comes back, and the guy comes back out and he says, "Yeah, we can let you through. How for you said how many Deathclaw steaks?"
Well, I've got several, but I'd be willing to get rid of one because these things aren't cheap. They're pricey. This is like some of the best meat you're gonna get in the waste. Or I can just
Uh,
pay the normal fee. That's fine too.
how about you give us all three, and then we make sure you guys, if have any other needs, water, ammunition, anything like that, we can replace that too.
Well, I mean, I'd be willing to give you two, but I also am looking for some info. Maybe you folks can help me out with that for three.
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Well, what am I talking to the lieutenant? Who am I talking
No,
to?
no, you're just talking to one of the sergeants.
Okay. Well, we've been tracking some individuals from Vault 125. You know those wackos are hunting everything down around here. You haven't seen any come through, have you?
Yeah, we I don't know, like a dozen or so came through in the last couple of days.
Heading south?
Yeah.
Do you know where they're coming from?
Um, Officially, absolutely not. I do not. Unofficially,
Oh,
I heard that there's something up near the Stone's Crossing up that way.
oh yeah.
Some jackass up there has decided to carve that area out as
Someone
his own
named
little
Leo,
kingdom.
by any chance?
That's the rumor.
All right. Well, looks like we might be heading that way then. All right. You got a grill? I could cook these up for you real quick, or I could just let one of you ruin it if you'd want. But
I we've got a decent cook here now. Well, I'm sure he can take care of it.
I'm glad to hear it. Last time I came through, whatever I ate here, well, if I wasn't already partially dead anyway, it probably would have finished me off. All right, well, here you go. And I'll hand over three of the steaks.
Wrapped in whatever questionable cloth you could find.
I mean, just, no, straight in my hand. Just
Street.
flat.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, whatever I prepped it in or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. They take it. They
Probably some really old aluminum foil that I found just in the side ditch.
with
or
with
whatever.
like questionable cheese still stuck to it. We don't question that.
That's the
I mean,
best
if you want to
part.
call it cheese, who even knows what that is? But anyway,
Right.
it'll cook off. It'll cook off, kid. Just cook it. Cook the hell out of it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, they motion you through. The numbers here seem a little higher than they have been. Maybe another half dozen or so people. But you also know this isn't like their main base. This is just one of the places they extort people out of their hard-earned caps.
And
So,
once we're out of here, I'll kind of relate that to everybody.
yeah, you guys move up what has become Keystone.
Hey,
I'm
he
sorry?
also did mention something about ammo. Is there anything they wanted to hand over to us?
If you guys need stuff, you can buy it now. Like if you forgot to pick up your arrows at the last fight, or after you reminded everyone to remind you.
No, I
Okay, okay, as long as you know. But if you
All
guys
right.
were short on ammo or wanted to pick up something specifically,
Say
like
we could haggle for it with the
yeah,
mate or
yeah,
whatever.
honestly, if you just want to buy it for whatever is out of the book, but I know you didn't give you caps, so just assume you have enough caps for it.
Okay.
You have a plasma pistol at this point that you don't technically have anything else for.
And it's
Um,
damaged.
And it's
yeah,
damaged.
I'm gonna buy some more explosive arrows. They've been very helpful.
of course, that sounds about right.
I need more bats because, bats are awesome.
Are you trying to become the aforementioned baseball-themed superhero Batman?
Yes. I mean, add little bat, like the ear things to the helmet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you guys head north from there. It like the city through here has been pretty well destroyed. Um, just looks like time and there's a lot of there's been a lot of flooding through the area. Like it's safe to walk through, but this goes over a bunch of kind of low land area. Um, you make it up past Fall Creek, and as you're continually going north, it's all just almost constant like businesses until you get to right about the corner of you get to where there used to be a place called Glendale Mall. Um, just north of here is 62nd Street, which you can take over to the Ripple, or you can go farther north. Um, but that yeah, that's kind of where you're at. Where are you guys headed next?
So we were gonna go talk to people at the Ripple and see if they knew anything, but that what we want to do now that we have an idea where they are.
Stone's Crossing, right?
Yep.
What time of
Yeah,
day is it right now?
It's probably early afternoon.
Okay, so I'm not going to get caught at night.
Yeah, we could just keep on going. Once we get past this kind of wet, watery area, we might be able to. Well, if we haven't found who we're looking for yet, we might be able to hunker down.
Is anyone here familiar with this area?
Oh yeah, I come through here all the time.
What all can we find here? I mean, other than a mall.
Well, you've got your Matt insert generic commentary here.
So there's a Fallon's department store right there. It attaches into the mall. The rest of the mall itself had a bunch of stores in it. The only thing that the five of you are seriously aware of is that this area tends to be a little thicker with wildlife. Um, there's a half crazy guy in Irving who they keep around because he actually knows how to make Nuka Cola. Um, but he's talked several times about the stores that used to be in the mall, the pet stores, and now there are just these mutated animals that kind of roam the area.
And then the
A lot.
apocalypse happened.
Yes, and
Is,
then
is he known as Uncle Bill?
no, that would have been funny had I thought about that ahead of time. That
That's
would have
my
been hilarious.
Well, I'm gonna use the scope on my rifle and try and get an idea of could this, looking around, does this look like someplace that people would use? Do I see any people at all on patrol or anything?
You don't really see any people. In fact, it very clearly looks like it's empty of life, of human life. You do see some larger than average dogs, some questionably feral cats, like, and we're not talking like regular sized cats. We're talking like Maine Coon is the small size of these cats. And then there are questionable things up in the air, kind of flying over. Looks like big birds. Not Big Bird himself, but birds that are larger than normal. I realized what I was saying as I was saying it.
I'm glad you clarified.
Sunny day.
And then Snuffleupagus comes charging down,
Hurry
and
for us! That's exactly what I was thinking. This is why we're friends, Matt.
yep, yep. Um, yeah. So no,
Today's stream is brought to you by the letter
yes, it's exactly what it's brought to you by. Um,
All right.
yeah. So it looks like the mall area is not inhabited in any way.
Man, I would have thought that this could have been prey or something for them, but I guess not.
Was this one of the malls that used to have a settlement in it years ago?
No, this one never did. The animals here are a little too thick.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, if we have an idea where they're coming from, are we going to find them? Is that what we're doing now, or are we going to draw them out?
At this point, that kind of was my question from the get-go, but it sounds like we're just headed there because it doesn't look like we're going to go for their base again. I mean, honestly, I was all for blowing up the other vault
25,
because, like,
which is where their food is.
yeah,
Yeah.
which are we on? Not that I want to sit around and wait for them to kill more people, but are we essentially where their, food wagons would be passing through?
Hypothetically, yeah. There's other avenues they could come up, but this one seems it has been very clear so far. You can see up north of 62nd Street, it gets a little more congested with old cars, but there's still a clear path through.
I think before we make a decision one way or another, we need to figure out where Leo's located. Because once we know
Yeah.
where he is, we can either go into the place, draw him out of the place, blow up the place, avoid the
Okay.
place, send a letter to the place. I don't know.
Play more radio ads to the place.
Yeah.
Right.
So, if we're trying to find them, do we want to stick on the road, or do we want to try to go off the road a little?
I just think that caution's key at this point
Mhm.
because,
Off the road.
Yeah.
yeah, moving quietly.
We can use some of the side streets. I mean, Keystone goes straight up, but Rural starts to jog after a bit north of here, I think. So we might have to get creative on our way up.
Yeah, there's a lot more things we're going to find in the woods, too, so we should be prepared for that. Do we want to do some scouting? Like, if you want, Asher, you could scout to a certain point, and then when we meet up there, I can go forward, since we're kind of the two sneakier ones, I believe.
I'm definitely down for it.
Okay.
And you're the best at it.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the plan is to continue on north. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Heading towards
So-
this Stone's Crossing or whatever, yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, the 6 of you continue north. Asher, can I get you to give me some sneaking rolls? Just one, actually.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a difficulty of 3.
And you still have a reroll, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I used something for my reroll on my combat or on my sneak test. I had to reroll one of them, but I have
Yeah,
several
the-
powers I could use.
Well, and the drug is still in place until the end of
Ah.
this scene.
Okay. Then here we go. And I'll get a free D20 from my ghost.
Cool.
And I'm going to reuse one of my rerolls.
Okay.
There we go. That is going to be 4 successes.
Fantastic. That puts you guys back at cap. Yeah, you move probably half mile or so, and then they catch up. Figment, why don't you roll stealth for me?
Okay, I'm gonna use a couple action points because we've got them.
You said a couple of them?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. That'll put you guys down to 6.
Okay. So, sorry, where am I? Sneak plus agility is 15. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes. I didn't need them, turns out.
All right. That puts you guys back to 8. Yeah, you guys go about a mile or so. There's not, other than the road has gotten a little more congested with broken down cars, there's not a lot going on.
Uh,
The next mile or so is through a lot of wet area. Bunch of rivers and creeks and stuff come together. So Asher, if you want to roll another stealth check, you can. It is going to go up. The difficulty is going to go up by 1, and um, specifically for this roll, your difficulty or your threat range is going to go to an 18. So go right ahead.
All right. I am then going to uh, spend an action point and keep on going with my ghost.
Perfect. Go right ahead.
All right. How many did I need?
4.
4. I'm going to use my cautious nature and
Perfect.
reroll.
You can still reroll with the comics, though.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good point.
Yeah.
Then that right there is going to be 4 successes.
Fantastic. Okay. Yeah, you go the next half a mile or so, and then Figment, it is you. Same thing goes for you. It's going to be a difficulty of 4, and 18, 19, and 20 are all complications.
Okay, I'm gonna need to buy, let's say 1, so I'll spend an action point. Wait,
Perfect.
no, for 4, I have to have 2 more die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I gotta spend 3 action points then.
Yep. That'll put you guys down to 4.
Okay. 1, 4. I got 4.
Fantastic. Yeah, so you guys move on up. You get not very far south of 86th Street on Keystone. The water here has gotten high. There are some areas that are just paths with like floating boards that have been put down. But as you kind of take a corner, and one of the buildings that was in the way kind of shifts out of your vision, you see what is a large hotel-like building on a corner. It has clearly been fortified. There's razor wire across the tops. There's a fence around it with razor wire on it as well. And there are probably 5 or 10 people moving around that you can see from where you're at. No symbols or anything, so not the Brotherhood and not one of the settlements that would have marked themselves. But it's definitely a well-defended compound.
Okay. Are the people milling around wearing, I don't know, blue suits?
Yeah, they're definitely wearing something blue.
Okay. So we know where they are now.
Yep. I'm gonna use my scope and just verify. Staying back in the room so I don't, show any flash along the site.
Yeah. Give me, let's say, a perception and luck roll. Difficulty is going to be a 2.
It's 2.
Fantastic. So, looking over the site, you note a couple of turrets, machine gun turrets, kind of spaced so that they're protecting the majority of the fenced area. There are the half a dozen people kind of milling in the courtyard area inside the fence next to the building. You do catch movement in a couple of the windows. It tells you there are also people inside, and from what you can see, the windows inside the windows look sort of refurbished. I mean, refurbished in like half-assed done with half-assed material, but like they're livable. Um, and just from a quick look, you can only see a couple in a few of the windows from your vantage point, but you can tell that there's probably at least another dozen people inside, if not more, from where you're sitting.
I motion everyone to back away quite a bit. We can talk about whatever we want to do. So, thoughts? I mean, we now know where they are.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if, I mean, we've killed how many of them in the last couple days? At some point, won't they lose confidence in Leo as a leader?
Depends, I guess, on how strong he is.
Yeah.
You might have to give it some time before they realize that their people aren't coming back.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if, like, is there an angle to play here where we could incite some trouble that we don't have to actually kill them all ourselves? I like the idea of blowing up 125, then they don't have a place to process meat anymore.
So do
If we
I.
can hit some of their shipments, that's great too.
Hunger does a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but how often are they getting shipments?
We might need to case the place for a bit. Watch it and see if they've got people coming and going. Are you sure that these blueies are actually 125?
Did I see a 125
Yeah, yeah.
logo?
You've seen enough of their outfits to tell if they're 125.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm only concerned that they've got to have some kind of like trap or defenses of their own that we're not seeing.
Machine guns. I don't know, the ability to detect pheromones just by smell. That's pretty. That does a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um,
We might be able to get a bit more info if I can actually get inside and do some trading. Although most settlements wouldn't let me inside anyway. But I could see if they want to trade, at least talk to them a little bit.
Do they know you?
Would they eat
I
you?
don't know. I mean, they've only been above ground for a short amount of time.
They might not eat you. I mean,
That's fair. Matt, have I done any trading with the settlement, or is this pretty
No,
new?
this is the first time you've seen it. You haven't been up north in
It's
this
been a while,
area in a
probably.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much of a reason for me to come up this way very often. I usually don't go past, well, really, I don't go past Glendale most of the time, or even past the Gunners.
yeah, I don't love the idea of sending you anywhere near them, especially since if we have to come in and get you, there are 5 of us, and that's it.
Well, I appreciate the concern.
I mean,
I've been in
yeah,
worse
too, but
situations.
we're not going to be able to get you if something happens.
Well, I understand. That's fair. It's just a
but
thought.
we
There's some
tried.
other things we could do. No. If I went in there, I wouldn't even bother. Actually, I probably wouldn't even go in. It's safer just to see if they want to do any trading on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But besides chatting them up a bit, I might not be able to get much info anyway. We could play the ruse that we actually have info about their people. And we're just trying to let them know, hey, we saw some of your folks, we saw some of your people, and this is what happened. We're just trying to let you know. Sometimes that's a way to get more info if they think you're on their side.
Yeah. You just better be really quick to run away. I mean, we'll be keeping an eye on you as best we can because, we've got scopes and, well, I'm a big bright blue target, so I'll be staying out of the limelight as much as possible. But
Well,
we will.
if we did something like that, I was going to suggest that, Figment not, and, her friend not go up because that would probably be a pretty big, quick giveaway.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Any,
Figment,
any other ideas, though?
with the amount of time we've spent around you, is there any chance your pheromones are already on us?
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Oh.
there's chance.
I mean, we tried to clean off the pheromones from those pit boys as well as we could, and that seemed to work, but
Yeah.
So,
Do you think they'd buy that we killed a bunch of prey? I mean,
we've literally got Deathclaw steaks.
Had.
Well, we've still
You got
got,
three.
we have 3 more, don't we?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And actual Deathclaws. So, I mean, if we wanted to go up there and try to convince them that we're mighty hunters, I think we got some evidence.
yeah. I mean, we are pretty much mighty hunters. I mean,
if you want to go this route, I just want to say, do not go inside. If they try to take you in, you run. We will cover you as well as we can, and we will all get the hell out of here.
Well, yeah, we can give it a shot. I'll try to get as much information about him as I can.
Okay. All right. Sounds like a good plan that we will come back to in about 10 minutes after we take our break. Don't go too far. If you haven't hit the follow or subscribe button, now is the time. You should always be following us so you can know when we go online. And then if you want to click that like button or the subscribe button, we definitely would appreciate that. If you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, you do have a free Amazon Prime Twitch sub. They just click the things and it'll ask you to connect stuff and do the thing and ta-da! That's all technical jargon. Sorry. But we'll be back in about 10 minutes to help you finish or to finish out the story for tonight. And so stretch your legs and hit the restroom, and we'll be right back.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Naptown Wasteland. I am Matt, as always. Just as a reminder, you have channel points. I don't know if you're aware of that, but our channel points are called Clue Thulus. They are a little magnifying glass with a creepy yellow eye in it. You can spend those to give rerolls and action points. You're more than welcome to do that at any time. You want to click that one that says Action Crime as many times as you want, and it will fill up my action points. I guess you could also hit Action Time if you want to help the players or whatever. But definitely spend those channel points if you haven't. You're definitely earning them, so you might as well use them. So you guys are sending Friendly up to speak with the people. Is that correct?
Do we need to get
Sure looks like
anything
it.
else to trade with so he looks like a legitimate trader?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to give me some more junk to trade, that always looks better. I've got some stuff, but
I have a combat rifle I never use. I picked it up off of one of the predators, so I'm just gonna hand that over.
I've got 5
Sweet.
junk I can hand you.
very nice. I look at that combat rifle to make sure it doesn't have any like this belongs to Predator Teddy who died desperately trying to save his homeland.
If lost, return to Vault 125.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got this great combat rifle. You want it? That belonged to my brother. Oh no.
I mean, we could
Oh,
sell them
is
for their own
the really
guns.
squeamish one?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time that somebody traded their like dearly beloveds, whatever, to somebody else. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No, that's
was-
I
perfect.
mean, they do it all the time.
Yeah, so Friendly, you head on up to the gate.
Yep. And do I know what's north of here? Like, do I know that like there are other settlements up this way?
So east of here is Stone's Crossing.
Okay.
Dangerous area.
Hmm.
You know that there are death claws over there. North of here is Carmel, and ghouls specifically, do not go to Carmel and expect to come back from Carmel.
They're bougie, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah. They're vault $, $, and they're better than you.
Yeah.
And they
People
know
who
it.
live in Carmel, they just got problems. So
Oh wait, you live in Carmel, don't you? Crap.
I live in Carmel. Yes,
I stand by my statement. I don't care.
I do too. No, you're not wrong. So
No, yeah. So you know that honestly, like Carmel does not. You know that there are a couple of settlements up in that area, including one that was a vault, but ghouls don't go up there. They're
okay.
kind of shot on sight without question.
Anything? Oh, the pyramids are up this way, like to the west, right?
Yeah, pretty far to the west. You're kind of center-ish of the city, and
Okay.
the pyramids are kind of far on the west side of the
Okay.
north.
Is 86th like more or less clear, or is it traversable?
Clear, yeah, clear-ish. The area around Stone's Crossing is not as clear as it could be because,
Right.
dangerous. But the rest of 86th, essentially from Castleton until that green bridge, is pretty clear. And then from about where you're at all the way over to the pyramids is pretty clear.
Okay. All right. Just trying to build my story here. All right.
And are we like posted up? I mean, probably we should be posted up watching.
I would assume so. I assume you took point in a building somewhere nearby.
I just want to be
Yeah.
clear. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
matter what happens, even if they drag me in there, don't do anything. Okay, just leave me be.
No. If you go in that door, you better be turning around and running.
I don't plan to get that far anyway. They may just start shooting rather than work with me. If anybody's willing to trade, I'm not going in. If they drag me in there, though, there's no point in you folks trying to come after me. Either I'll get out, or I'll signal you, or something. But don't go in guns blazing. Okay, there might be some long con here. All right.
Okay.
And if that doesn't work, I'll scream, "Forget what I said! Come save me!"
Okay, just so you know, I totally want to see you again, so try to come back.
Ah, aren't you sweet? Bad judge of character, but I'll see what I can do.
So you there's a clear path off of keystone that heads to the gate. It's been used. It's kept up. Like there are concrete ramps instead of just boards and stuff. Um, but as you walk towards it, the two turrets kind of perk up. They don't necessarily turn and like fire at you, but they've noted a new target, and a couple of the 125ers like approach the gate as you do, and the woman of the two says, what do you want?"
Hey, I'm friendly. I just was interested if you want to trade. I've got all kinds of stuff. I've got some supplies, some food. I've got some ammo. I've got a gun or two. Are you folks looking to trade or not? I heard you're in the area that you kind of knew. I usually don't come out this way, but I went a little further down 86 just to see what was up. Like I said, I'm friendly. You want to trade or anything?
Yeah, let's. She looks back kind of towards the building and up, and you can kind of see up on the roof there is a guy. Um, and he waves back down, and she says, "Okay, yeah, go. Let's go ahead and open the gate." And the two gate doors, you hear an electronic lock pop off, and then the guy with her starts pulling one of them open.
Hey, that's all well and good, but, I usually don't go to second base until at least the second date. You want to do some trading out here? Like, I'd rather not walk into the lion's den, so to speak.
Give me a speech test.
All right. I'll go ahead and spend an action point.
Sure, that'll put you guys down to 3. It is going to be a difficulty of 2.
That's fine. I got 5 successes.
Sets us back up.
Two,
Okay, that'll
two,
put you
two
back
crit.
at
I
6.
mean, those are 2 in crit areas. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so she said, no. I'm not asking you to come in. I don't. We'd be happy to trade with you out here.
sounds good. I'll like sit down. I kind of like spread out a tarp. I start slapping down stuff that I've got. I've done this a million times before. I make sure my hands are visible pretty much the whole time. I set down the rifle. I set down the food. I set, just, and I've got all kinds of stuff. I got knickknacks. I've got gewgaws. I've got junk. I've got good stuff. I got bad stuff. Everything in between.
Yeah. A couple of other guys come out. All of them shoulder their guns and kind of like go through the bits you have. One of the guys picks up the combat rifle. And he says, "What do you want for this?"
I mean, we'll make a good deal.
And I haggle whatever reasonable
Sure.
price would be.
Yeah, he gives you what he thinks is a good deal, but since it costs you nothing, it's a really good deal for you.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll still negotiate that even.
Sure.
And so I will haggle everything just so they know I'm definitely a trader. Like
Okay. Yeah.
I have no shtick here. I'm trying to make money.
They pick over what you've got. They take most of anything worth any value, including the meat. And so you're going to have a solid bag of caps walking away from this.
Well, that's good.
You guys know how to cook that? Have you ever cooked Deathclaw meat? Like, it's not the easiest thing to cook. I could show you how to do it if you're interested.
The woman says, "No, our the boss knows what to do with meat. Don't worry about it."
Okay, all right. Do you do much trading? I mean, it looks like you folks are hard up for pretty much anything. I could probably find some more stuff if there's anything in particular you're looking for.
Honestly, the my boss is looking for some friends of his. They're all wearing blue jumpsuits like ours. They've got 124 on the back of them. Have you seen any of them around?
Oh, I mean, yeah, from time to time. They're mostly further south than here, but I don't see a whole lot of people like that.
Yeah, if you could point us in the right direction so we can head down there and start looking for them, that'd be great.
Well, sure. I mean, a few months back there were some in what they call the tunnels, but You know, I've heard that they've wandered on from there. Something about some violence or some such. I don't know. I mostly
Yeah.
keep to the north side.
Okay. Well, if we'll check with the tunnels, but if there's anything else you guys can think of, or that you can think of, let us know. We'd be happy to reward you for helping us find the people we're looking for.
Sure. Who do I say is asking after them?
Just if you happen to see anybody, just tell them old friends from 124.
Oh,
Uh,
that's funny
we
because I thought I saw a 5 on the end of your suits.
Yeah, no. So some of us used to be in 124, and then we got moved over right before both of the vaults opened. So, you know, Vault Tech
Okay.
does weird things. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah. I try to steer clear of Volt Tech, to be perfectly honest. Not that against you blueies and all, but yeah, I had a great time out here with the fall of civilization. I don't know what you folks were up to, but I was enjoying my best life. You know, flesh rotting off, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't born yet, but yeah, I get
Oh,
it.
I mean, it was the life or the unlife, however you want to describe it. But
Yeah, if you happen to come across any laser rifle or plasma rifle ammo, we'd be happy to pick that up from you. If you come back this way with some, I'm sure we can send you off plenty of caps for that.
okay, harder to find. But like,
Yeah.
how much ammo do you want? Like, how many folks you got in there?
There's a couple dozen of us, but you can never have too much ammo. There's some, you know about east of here, right? There's death claws over there.
Oh yeah, don't go over towards the
Yeah.
stone crossing. That
They
place is
uh
a mess.
they wander this way sometimes, and we just want to make sure that we're not caught unprepared.
Yeah. I mean, trust me. Well, you can see I've got the meat for it. I've tangled with them before. Um, but yeah, it's not fun, not pretty.
No,
If
no,
you
not
go
at all.
west of here, there's some better settlements, but sure.
Yeah, there's those very interesting people at the pyramid things.
Mm. Yeah, they're wacko, but I trade with them from time to time. Um, yeah, you know, I could even negotiate some trade agreements with you folks if you need to. If I know who better I'm working with, all I know is you're a bunch of vault dwellers and you've set up in the old hotel, but more power to you if you can make it work in the wastelands here.
Yeah, yeah. If you come across stuff, let us know. We're happy to trade with you.
What do I call you folks? Do you
Oh,
have a name in your settlement?
my name is Annbeth.
And Beth.
Yeah,
Pleasure. I'd
and
flirt with you, but it wouldn't do me any good anyway, so and
no,
you just get
not
all
not so
embarrassed.
much. And this is we haven't really named where we're staying. This is just kind of where we're at.
So I tell him to talk to Ann Beth, or are you the leader then?
I'm the one primarily down here. Yeah.
All right, well, good to know you. I'm friendly, but you could probably see that from the warning and not to shoot me on my chest.
Yeah, yeah. Well, friendly, it was a pleasure dealing with you.
Yep.
Come by, let us know what you can find. We'd be happy to pick up more stuff.
Sure, I sure will. All right, well, you folks take care of yourself. Have a good day now.
You too.
And I will
Um,
wander off, like, not directly towards my people, but kind of over and then cut cross later.
sure. Um, couple of things. So give me perception and luck. Difficulties
Okay.
2.
All right, I'll spend an AP. Is it my full luck?
Yeah.
Okay. So one success.
Okay. Um,
Yeah. Can I? I'm gonna spend a luck to reroll. Can I do that?
sure. Absolutely.
Okay, that's a 2. That's good. Okay.
Fantastic. So you the fence itself may be electrified, or at least partially electrified. You heard some buzzing from it before and after before they unlocked the door and after they relocked it. As you were leaving, you heard it kind of spin back up.
It's gonna
Um,
burn sound. Yeah. Okay.
they all seemed in pretty solid physical shape, like no major wounds, nobody walking around wounded.
Not super
Um,
hungry or anything.
they don't seem to be. You did catch a little bit of a predator in Annbeth's eyes, just that not unsurprising.
What did she
Um,
look like?
um, Tall-ish, kind of broad-shouldered. Um, Arms seemed to be a little bit longer than they should have been. Like she had a good reach on her. Something you expect out of like a college basketball player kind of look. Not necessarily hugely muscled, but very like lithe. So, um, and the most everybody there kind of looked college professional or college like athlete ish.
mm-hmm.
So nobody super like full of muscle, but
Did she
definitely
stand
in
out as
shape.
like a particular predator or anything?
Not really that you could tell, other than the others did seem to follow orders pretty quick without question. So either they have a very solidly established hierarchy, or she's established something specifically.
Okay. Anything else I noticed?
There you did see some people go in and out. 24 people seems a little low for the number of bodies moving around. Like
Mm-hmm.
if half of them were down here, then maybe 24, but the likelihood of half of them being outside at any one time is doesn't seem very high.
Right.
Not with as much space as they've got in that building.
Okay. All right. When I get back to the group, I'll relate all of that info to them.
I think those numbers are off. They said a couple dozen, but I don't think that's accurate. It's probably more than that.
I know this is gonna sound really silly, but do they look really tough? Because
Honestly, they look pretty healthy.
Oh, did I see? Were they armored very well or anything?
They all were wearing some form of leather or combat armor over top their vault suits.
Like a piece here, a piece there, fully covered.
Annbeth had a full set of combat armor. Everybody else had, of the 5 spots you can have armor, they had at least 3.
Okay. All right.
In other news, we got lots of caps.
Well, that's something. I gotta say, it is nice that they're all in one location.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's several ways we could deal with that, depending on what we wanted to do. If we wanted to just kick the hornet's nest, for instance, we could just set the whole place on fire. That's a classic.
classic, but that plan could go from 0 to dead pretty quickly.
Could. It's also a little anticlimactic.
I was thinking more like a Trojan horse kind of situation.
Well, I used to have a cow, but I don't, I had a Brahma.
It's a
I don't think I'd fit in there, though.
military story. We send something in that's so good that they can't refuse it, but it's their downfall. So,
Yeah, I'm over 200 years old, kid. I know the Trojan horse.
oh,
I'm
What's
just
a horse?
messing with you.
I just figured
It's a
my
fantasy thing like a dragon or a unicorn. Although dragons do exist. I hear they've got them out east somewhere.
I just figured it was the story was so ludicrous. I figured my sergeant made it up.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, who in their right mind would fall for something like that? They barely fell for the idea that I was actually trading things for a reasonable price.
Yeah, but I figured
I'm
something to
pretty
get right up to their door and then blowing up.
Now, I think that door's electrified. Could be different ways that we could deal with that. Cut the power, overload the power. Lots of options. There's 2 turrets that I could see up top. We'd have to deal with that. Lots of thoughts.
Can I get all of you to give me perception and luck rolls?
Sure.
There's no set difficulty. It's more of a how many successes does the group get or not get.
0.
What's our threat range here? 18?
19.
Oh, okay.
It was only 18 for going through the water.
Oh, no. One of them is a
2,
1.
4. How about you, Asher?
I mean, technically two. Well, the thing is perception and luck. Does my crit range is it only going to be 1 for this?
Yeah.
Okay, then it is 2.
Okay. So between the 6 of you, You get 6. Um, as you're kind of talking it out, something that we haven't discussed that's in the Naptown Wasteland, and this is actually John the player's fault. You hear the scream of the terror goose, which, as Naptown dwellers, you know that there's a giant mechanical goose that was part of some sort of military plot during the Great War. Some Mr. Handy downloaded their brain into it and now wanders the Naptown Wasteland being a goose, a giant laser shooting goose. And you can kind of see it passing north of you along the interstate. Just goosing it up.
Oh, that's amazing.
Can it fly, or does it just walk around?
I mean, what's more terrifying, a flying goose or a not flying goose? It's the terror goose, so it's got to be able to fly.
Depends on where it's flying.
Yeah.
I have a piece of artwork from the Rifts role-playing game that's a giant. It's kind of like a goose owlbear, so a goose bear, and that's what I'm imagining right now is a mechanical goose bear.
Yeah, this is like, I think it was like 5 foot or 5 stories tall, and like, yeah.
Wow.
Think Liberty Prime, but a giant goose.
We're gonna die.
We are
no,
in
it-
Indiana, aren't we? This is
Yeah,
this
it
is
just- no-
totally Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah, it just wanders off. Sometimes you'll find it in the middle of the road and it refuses to move. You know. Sometimes it
Now-
picks up knives and stabs people. It's a goose.
Now
are
what
you
we
gonna do?
need is a really large loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Really big. Although, do not feed geese bread. It's not good for them. Give them frozen peas or seeds or something like that. Better for
But
their
this is a
tummy.
terror goose. You can feed it bread. That's fine.
Okay, if you say so.
I want to like ally with it. Just become its followers. Like, they've got the Mothman out on the East Coast. We should be worshiping the terror goose.
I'm sure there's a group in the Naptown Wasteland that's already doing it. I'm just trying to think of logistics. Could we hold up like a single loaf of like bread, to this 5-story tall mechanical monstrosity, and see if it likes us?
Maybe if you light a flare and wave it back and forth menacingly.
Hold still. It moves on. It sees movement, and that's what attracts it.
Yeah. So that's it. Just the goose is walking
Yeah,
by.
I'm trying to decide if that was just a delightful interlude or if we're supposed to do anything.
It is.
with that.
It is Fallout, and you guys didn't realize it when you made your characters. You checked the Wild West
Wacky
Wasteland.
Yep.
And so the terror goose exists.
Scary.
That was a fun one shot.
It was. You'll all have to go back and watch it, and watch as my character is the one that ends up in the giant goose.
Can I download myself into the goose? I mean,
Brilliant. That is
It's like-
totally what I would do. I commend you.
Thank you.
it's like 6 successes, John. I think if you can get 6 success, oh, you got 6. Yeah, you're a goose now. Okay.
I mean, we can talk about that during break, but yeah.
Yes.
So no, the goose just wanders off. Like this is a Wild Wasteland interlude. That is nothing else.
I
You're
should be
lucky you didn't
selling
see the targets.
insurance, like anti-goose insurance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You have a mechanical goose in your backyard. Buy insurance from Friendly. I'm sure it'll help. Just give me your money. See what happens to you. Probably not a
Everybody-
goose, but maybe a goose.
Give me your money. See what happens. It's the start of a very good business plan, actually.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do about this particular area?
So you sent a horse in, and the horse is bad?
So it's not a horse. Think of it as it's a mechanical horse or a statue of a horse. But in reality, in the story, they put a bunch of soldiers inside of it, and they all jumped out and killed people. But it could also be something stuffed with explosives, or or poisoned meat. I don't know.
I like
You know,
meat.
I joked at the Trojan horse idea, but actually there is something that we could do. I I guess you all could get into Vault 124 suits, and your good old friend Friendly might have sent you up here to, say hello to the natives. That's what they asked about.
And then while they're dining on our spleens, what do we do?
Well, I mean, you said you want a Trojan horse. How else are you gonna pop out? They'd walk you through the gates if you're wearing 124s. Might shoot you first, but who knows?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there are no other 124 Vault residents besides Dart and I who are stupid enough to come up here. And even I am not stupid enough to approach them. And
Well,
they
what I'm saying is, I mean, Freddie and Asher put the suits on. They'd let you right in.
yeah, but I think they
Picture.
probably know that none of the 124 residents are coming up here either.
Well, they still asked for the info. They wanted to know where you were located.
Exactly.
Another option is for us to wait a little bit, and then I could come back and say, "Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them at blah blah blah." But that's still probably not going to get Leo to come out.
Right. That only gets us a group of 6 of them. So I'm back to kind of like a psychological angle here. What if we blow up their shipment, their vault, and I don't know, we could start broadcasting on the radio how many of them we kill every day. I don't know.
Inflict like a terror campaign?
Yeah.
That might work, but they would definitely come after us.
How many enemies do we think they have?
Oh, now that's a fair point. I mean, if there's enough people that are willing to get rid of these guys, we could get some help.
And that could be advertised.
Yeah.
We could also strike them whenever they go to get their food. I mean, they're primarily meat eaters, right? I don't know if they have a lot of vegetables in there. We going with that whole how many of them we pick off each day. If we strike them when they go out for food, they'll start starving.
Yeah.
We got.
I mean, there's some other options here. We do have Talons and we have Gunners in the area. I don't know if we could afford them, but maybe we could hire them for some muscle.
Affording them wouldn't be the problem.
Right.
I'd be worried that the Predators would bribe the Talons and the Gunners into killing us.
Maybe. But see, it wouldn't be us working with them. We would just send them up to pester them or try to take them out if they could. I'm not suggesting we get a big whole army. I'm suggesting we pay them and say, those are the guys we want to take them out. Take them out. But I don't know if they'd do any better than we would.
What if they quote a rate we can't pay?
Well, then we can't pay it.
Yeah.
Honestly, we're spoiled for choice. We got lots of choices here. We got lots of options.
There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. There's too many for us to take care of.
And I think Leo is just the start of a problem.
Yeah, I think even if he's deposed, then who's next?
I think we need to blow up their vault and get rid of where they're getting their meat. I think it's time we start sending a message.
I agree.
I mean, that's easy enough.
Yeah. I mean, we've already killed 2 death claws today. We can take care of them all.
Now, I'm not a chemist. I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff. But here's another thought. What if we were able to get more of that pheromone from the Vault 124 critters? No offense to the critters in the room. And turn it against them. What if we pumped it through their system or something? Got it into the building. Do you think they'd start attacking each other?
No, but it might confuse them. They might not be able to track us as effectively. I mean, it'd be the equivalent of if you're hunting something by smell, but your nose is already filled with that smell, you can't smell anything else. I like that. I like that idea too.
If they lost power, as far as we know, they don't have any like augmented ability to see or anything, right?
I mean, it's reasonable to assume some of them might.
Because if they were in the dark and all they could smell was prey, that might be good enough.
Yeah, but I can see in the dark pretty good. I don't think it's out of.
Maybe the first step is to actually blow up where they came from. That way they don't have anywhere to go.
I
I like
agree.
that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys head back down to Vault 125.
Yeah, we'll
Mhm.
probably have to. Do we have to
Camp for the
sleep
night.
for a little bit?
Yeah, you'll need to sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
So you're within a short distance from the Ripple. You could probably
Yeah.
hole up there. You could also walk through part of the night and end up back at Irving.
I mean, I'm fine with the Ripple if the Ripple will take me and Dargan.
Oh, definitely. The
Yeah,
Ripple
let's
is
go
a
to
giant
Sorry,
den
go
of
ahead.
drugs. They don't care who stays.
Let's go to the Ripple. We might also be able to ask some information about these guys. They might know more since they've been up north here.
They also might have explosives or things that can be used
Mm.
for it.
Oh,
Mhm.
definitely. I mean, Farmer's gonna love this area. If he hasn't been there before, it's just
Yeah.
time
So
of scum and villainy.
you
Something
guys
like that.
walk for close to an hour and get to the Ripple. There is I guess a little over an hour. As you're kind of walking down the road, um, it becomes businesses, and then suddenly there is a wall across the road, and then like defensive emplacements up on the top of the buildings. There are people in those defensive emplacements. It is very clear that they are not alert, I would say.
Mm.
Friendly, this is not your first time here. You expect that anyone you talk to is probably very high at any time.
Hey, hey, you idiots! I got money. Open the door. Gosh,
The
service here's terrible.
one of the guards up on the building goes, it's friendly. Open the doors. These guys usually got stuff. And the
Yeah, I
doors
got stuff.
open, and it is kind of outside of the casino in Back to the Future 2, where it's like it's like trash can fires and poor people, like because it's just nothing but sin and terribleness there. That's kind of what it feels like as soon as the doors open. Just people half passed out on the road, like lots of used drug paraphernalia kind of everywhere. You just not a great time. But there is a hotel that friendly you've been welcome to stay in before. So like obviously only the highest of quality that lets in ghouls. Um, but there are a couple of shops you can go to. Otherwise, it's if you guys want Kim's, here's the place to get them. Like just about anything. So feel free to tell me what you're shopping for. Pick up what you need. If you guys want something beyond Kim's, let me know and we'll figure out if it's here or not.
What do you folks think? The bar? Do we need to get some drinks? Ask some folks around town what's going on.
I mean, I don't know. How much information do we expect people will really have?
Never
This
know
doesn't-
until you ask.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Freddie, you
also,
said you wanted to do some shopping or something?
I do, because I might want to try to find some grenades, some baseball grenades, because something that we could do for a long distance bombardment might help. But also, we might want to talk with like any of the patrols near here. It strikes me that the predators are probably not a welcome new neighbor. And we mentioned earlier about finding people who might not like them. Surely there's got to be like a laundry list of people here who would like to see them go down.
yeah, and I mean, they might be after 124 Vault now, but not forever. They're gonna have to keep eating, and one day there won't be any more of us if it keeps this way.
Asher, what do you think?
Man, laser focus on my scope. At this point, I know I'm gonna blow something up, so I'm gonna go look for the stuff to do it.
Yeah, I think Farmer should probably also go with you so you guys can get explosives that he can set up because that's kind of his deal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, as the six of you walk in, several people recognize Friendly and say hello or wave or whatever. Several people recognize Farmer in his outfit and nod at him, and then lots of them take note of the blue vault suits and the number and quietly whisper and give you lots of room.
Okay. I think that maybe we should head to the hotel and you guys can figure out. It doesn't seem like people really want to talk to us very much.
Just have to get
Sounds
to know us.
I've got a suspicion that I wasn't the first one who's been told that those folks up north are looking for 124.
Yeah. Do you think
Um,
there's anybody who's going to run off and tell them now?
It's
not at night,
possible.
but
I
probably
mean,
first thing dawn. Yeah.
Okay.
these junkies will do pretty much anything for a fix, depending on your junkie. But
Yeah.
The hotel, does it have like a bar in it, or is there
Yeah,
another bar
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
town?
It's
Okay.
it it has a small bar and seating area, and then they do serve food, but it's all
Canned and
questionable
bottled.
meat. They don't call it any kind of particular meat. It's all
Meat.
on the menu as chicken-like.
So yeah, I think going to the bar and putting my back to the wall and maybe even taking down the top part of my jumpsuit, so I'm just a person.
You know, we could find you some lovely sundress or something if you want, or at least the rags of one.
I think I'm pretty good with my clothes
Okay,
under my vault suit.
that's fine, kid. Don't change a thing.
Um, so Asher, you're gonna go pick up explosives. What exactly are you looking for? Because explosives is a very vague term.
Well, either we're looking for flamer fuel, which we know can be converted,
Mhm.
or we're going to be looking for anything that is, when pressurized or aerosoled, can blow up. Which there are tons of things in the wonderful world of drugs that you just are like, hey, is that
Yeah.
going to blow something up?
So you head to one of the two shops. It is called Snap Crackle Pop, and it's got the three elves from Rice Krispies like above the little stall. But it's this grizzled old woman there, and she says, "Welcome to Snap Crackle Pop, where our stuff makes those things happen. What can we do for you?"
Yeah. We're looking to level some areas so that we can start up a new settlement. What would we need?
Oh, I got lots of options. How is it gonna be people? If it's ghouls, I've got the best option. I've got a couple of mini nukes. You set those off, it'll clear the area. It does leave some residual effects, shall we say.
That doesn't sound friendly.
No, I don't exactly want something. And I'm figuring Farmer is glaring at me, or at least
Yeah.
not very happy to hear this description.
Yeah,
Uh, and I'm like, no, I want something where people can use the area after it's been cleared.
Okay. Well, I've also got old Bessie, and she pulls out a rocket launcher that has like a revolver. What do you call that? Cylinder with to fire multiple rockets. Like you fire it, and then it chambers over, and then you can fire again. It's got four of those. She says, "This is old Bessie. She fires some of the best rockets. I've got half a dozen or so that those will do the job. Depending on how big of an area, I might be able to procure a few more rockets."
I look over at Farmer just to see if he's looking back at me like, yeah, I can make this work.
He kind of he nods.
Yeah, let's make this happen.
Excellent. So officially, that is a legendary item, Old Bessie. It lets you fire 2 rockets at the same time. So basically,
Ooh.
it just gets a fire rate and adds some extra dice to damage. But it is a quad rocket launcher, and which is actually a thing in Fallout. As dumb as that all sounds, this is not something I made up. This is something that already exists. So
No, that sounds awesome. Like for a different character build, but that sounds awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
also
amazing.
it's also definitely got a scope and like a pistol grip. Like this has been kitted out fully. Like don't question logic in Fallout. They have guns made out of pipes.
The zip guns are a real thing. Rocket launcher with the pistol grips.
Sure. No,
That's
that
all you
totally makes
need.
sense.
It's just one-handed. This thing,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
just in case you need
But
to drink Nuka Cola with the other hand.
yeah, it's got a little Nuka Cola bottle opener right next to you. Like you're just that. No, you know?
Is did we all go together to this store?
I
Sure.
would
I don't
probably
see why not.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I mean I'll pay for whatever you decide
sure,
to pay for,
sure.
but I'll do the haggling because I've got all the caps right now. I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you got a
Yeah.
lot of caps.
mhm.
Yeah, she sells you the rocket launcher and 6 rockets. Not a problem. She's, if that's not enough, I've got some other explosives. We've got grenades. We've got some nuka mines, I think. Although those are going to make a mess. I don't know if you want those. Like caps are everywhere. Nobody likes that.
I love
Really,
caps
just
everywhere. What are you talking about? I put them on my
no.
bed
You
all
got
the
to
time.
put
Just
caps
move
in it.
around.
You got to put caps in it, and they
Oh
explode
no,
out, and
nobody
that's
likes
what.
that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, those bottle cap mines. I hate those things.
Hey,
Yeah.
Freddie, weren't you looking for something?
Yeah. Do they have any baseball grenades?
Yes. She pulls out a tennis ball tube of like 4 of them and like sets it out. And she says, we have a special on this bundle here."
How much?
She quotes what is appropriate for the book. Matt's not looking it up.
And I haggle it and get her down a little bit, and we negotiate, and everybody's happy.
And I will add with some nice lighthearted flirting, but also kind of very serious. Hey, what can you? I'm a hero out here trying to make my way in the wasteland.
Yeah, you guys get them for like 20% off of the base rate. That's fine. She seems
Nice.
very happy to help out a hero of the wasteland.
She did single-handedly take down a death claw. I saw it. It was a thing of beauty.
Oh,
You
it
should-
wasn't
you should-
single-handedly. I mean,
Well, you
everyone else also
two-handedly-
did their part, but I did stand toe-to-toe with it.
You had both hands on the bat, that's for sure. Like, it was
Mhm.
this bat. We should, like, I don't know, put it on a frame or something. Put a name underneath it. Like, you could be the hero of, well, you don't want to be the hero of this place. Trust me. It's
And she's like, "No, you don't. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Nobody wants to be the hero here."
yeah. Just being honest.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there anything that would make my syringer piercing that we could get? Because I have a syringer and lots of nice stuff, and there's no way for me to increase the damage.
Give me just a second. Let me look and see what I can figure out.
Okay.
Gonna ask the hard questions. Cool.
Sorry, I didn't. When I
No,
made this character, didn't understand the way piercing worked, and that I would need to have piercing to be able to hit anybody's damage resistance.
So. Oh, I don't like how they have this set up. Come on.
Yeah, the syringe is
I'm
a
sorry.
lot of fun,
There
but
you
if you
go.
can't get past their armor, it's really not as much fun.
Yeah, I guess I have to make it piercing. I can raise the damage because I can spend up to 3 AP because it's accurate to
What
get more
book?
damage die, but
What book is the syringer in?
It's in the core book. It's on page 99. I just found
Oh.
it.
Perfect.
And it can take stub barrel, long barrel, marksman stock, recoil compensating stock, and then some different sights. Some of those sights might add
No,
piercing, but I
I
don't
don't think
think
they
so.
do. A lot of the stuff that adds piercing. I'm looking. Sorry. Give me a second.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not seeing, other than putting a bayonet on it, but that gives it for melee attacks. That's not going to do you any good.
Okie dokie.
A reflex sight would let it re-roll hit location die.
She's already choosing location.
Yeah, I've got that. So
It didn't let you take sharpshooter grip, did it? Nope.
Nope. Although, Overseer Matt, this is your custom world. You could do whatever you wanted with it.
that's right.
Why not? I don't care.
Maybe there's another legendary item sitting back there. You know.
Yeah, you can add sharpshooter's grip. It's going to give you piercing 1. It removes inaccurate, but you don't have inaccurate, so that doesn't matter. It's just a gun nut 1. It's not that big of a deal.
Which honestly, I think that makes an awful lot of sense because I think you can add sharpshooter grip to some of the other pipe rifles.
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have all these neat syringer things that do cool things like make them hit each other and everything, but I can't get to them.
Now, the next time we get into combat, Matt, this is going to really come back to bite you or pierce you, as the case may be. Because like we'll be doing the rolls, and it'll be like, well, and that's 27 piercing on a syringer rifle, and yeah, every character in the combat is dead, all of them.
Nah, I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
I want a Gatling syringer.
Yeah. It has a rate of 0. I don't even understand really what that means. But
Now,
I
what
know
was
it's
the name?
an ambo. It
You
takes
say
like
it
my
has a
whole
rate of-
turn. I
You
can't
say it has a
add-
rate of 0?
Uh-huh.
That just means you can't spend stuff.
Okay.
What's the rate of fire on that? Would you call it Bessie? Little Bessie?
Oh, good God. Yeah. Old Bessie.
The name of the Little Bessie.
Old Bessie. Old Bessie has...
Old Bessie. Okay.
I'm looking.
Well, it
So
must have a-
it starts with the rate of fire at 0. It does do 11 damage dice. But it also goes off of...
It shoots 2 rounds at once?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a specific legendary called 2-Shot, I think it's called. The quad barrel has a rate of fire of +2.
Okay.
It also is accurate. And it has piercing 1.
Well, so hang on. So if it automatically shoots 2 at 0, and then
Yeah.
it has a rate of 2, technically speaking...
So here's what would happen.
Okay.
You would fire it. It would shoot 2 missiles.
Right.
So you would be rolling 22 dice. And then if you wanted to spend 2 more ammo, you could roll 24 dice.
Okay.
Which,
So why would you?
well, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you're already going to do 22, you might as well do 24.
Now hang on, but at a rate of 2, doesn't that mean you can do that, like... Isn't that 6 missiles?
No.
Am I thinking... Okay.
I get what you're saying. That math does not
Okay.
add.
All right. Okay.
The 2-Shot magically manifests an extra missile that it also fires at the same time. This is
Okay.
actually how the rules work in the game.
That's
If
wild.
you give
Does
something
it
2-Shot,
spend
it
extra
automatically
ammo?
fires.
Like so if we have 6 missiles and I shoot old Bessie once,
Mhm.
do
You
I
could
have
use, you
then...
could use 3.
Okay, but if I shoot once, does that mean that I now have 5 missiles, or do I have 4 missiles left?
You shoot 1 and don't spend any for the fire rate, you would have 5. Why do I feel like I'm in high school math class?
Well,
Because
magic
it's
is
a train.
involved.
Yeah.
This
If
is
a
like
train
algebra.
Yeah, yeah, no. If a train has a quad barrel missile launcher, and it's going 30 miles an hour east, and on the same track, no, yeah. So it is a ridiculously stupid gun, which I'm happy you guys have because you're going to blow things up with it, and I'm okay with that.
Asher's got it. I'm not touching that thing. That's full of magic. That's like Wooge or something. I'm not touching it. Nope.
Too much magic.
Too much magic in my fantasy game.
So, you guys have done your shopping. Are you doing any other shopping? Or are you good?
Just after we get the stuff we need, I get us into the hotel as fast as possible
Okay.
because
Yeah,
it's
you guys.
defensive, and we can see them coming if they come for us.
Yeah. I was looking for the. Maybe they're in the other book. I was looking for the actual rules for the legendary status for two shot because I don't remember what they actually say, but I'm pretty sure that's how they work. So that's how they work until I find otherwise.
I'm not giving you a hard time. I'm just poking holes in the logical fallacies of the Fallout universe.
I'm sorry. We just talked about a Mr. Handy uploading himself into a goose, and this is where
That
you're
makes
going to draw the
sense to
line.
me, though. That like logically makes sense to me. Maybe it's that I live in Indiana.
That's fair. That's very fair.
So you said there's a bar in this hotel?
Yeah, for sure.
Drinks are on me since I have all the money. I mean, you folks can have money. Here's money, whatever. Is there anybody at the bar that I can chat up?
Yeah, there are a couple of patrons.
Anybody I recognize?
Roll
Bartender or whoever?
perception and luck.
Yes, I got one success. Maybe there's one person I recognize.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a guy that's in here. His name's Richie, and he's usually pretty in here. He's just kind of hanging out.
Hey, Richie, how you doing? You doing all right? You want a drink? on me.
Yeah, I'll take a drink.
All right. Yeah, another glass of your best swill, garçon.
Yeah, the bartender comes over and pours you both a drink. The bartender actually is one of the few people that you can count on to not be completely plastered.
Hey Matt, I'm also gonna be at that bar.
Sure, that's fine.
These are my acquaintances, whoever is here at the time. Hey, what do you know about that new settlement up north of here? It's full of blueies. They're set up in that old hotel. You heard any
Yeah,
rumors?
they call it the den, the lion's den.
Oh, of course they do. Anything else you know?
They, if I remember correctly, we sent somebody up there with some, some introductory rates for Kim's, and they did not seem very open to conversation about that. They killed the merchants.
Oh. Yeah, very rude. Well, I just did some trade with them, and they seemed fine, although I wasn't selling Kim's. I was mostly selling meat. They seem
Yeah.
interested in meat.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened, but definitely they definitely died.
That ain't good,
No, makes you not want to trade.
right? That's just bad for business. Do you know if the settlement here is doing anything about it?
Just stand out of their way is what the current consensus is.
I don't know. What do you think, Freddy? Any other questions for our buddy here, Richie?
Not at the moment.
Any other news going on? Any other rumors, Richie?
Yeah. I heard you came into town with some guys, some people from 124.
Oh, how would you ever learn that?
They had those big blue jumpsuits on. That's what I'm told.
Oh, the gigantic number 124 on the back of their blue jumpers? That's what tipped you off? Yeah, they're in town.
Yeah, you know that the people up at the Lions Den are looking for them, right?
Yeah, I know.
So, I'm not saying you should clear out of town, but maybe.
Oh, we should totally clear out of town. We're gonna spend the night and then we're out of here before dawn.
Okay. Well, just, you never sold me nothing bad, so just be careful, because the people up at the Lions Den, they're a little rude.
Yeah. Well, we hope we didn't bring any trouble on you folks. And of course, you're not gonna be the one to tell them that the 124s were here, would you
I
be, Rich?
wouldn't. No, that would require me to leave this bar stool, and that's not happening.
That's my buddy.
He just goes back to his drink, enjoys that.
Yeah, I ignore him. Do we know about like? Is there like a mayor or any type of like leadership in town?
There is the head of the council. There's no council, just the head of the council. Yeah. You know that he is. Yeah, he's like he can be found, but he's not normally out and about.
I don't know, Freddy. What do you think? Should we even bother trying to find the higher ups?
I mean, it's worthwhile. I mean, we really should be trying. I think we should. My plan is to just try to get as many rumors as possible because I'm sure as the night goes on, people are going to accidentally let stuff slip, especially if you just people watch and listen.
Oh, well,
But-
yeah, talking to Richie, I mean, nothing against the guy. He's right. He's gonna stay here and be on his bar stool, but, well, I don't know. There's some other bars in town. We can go check those out.
Yeah, bar crawl, make it a party.
I'll see who else wants to go.
Does Asher or Figment want to go? Bar crawl?
I really feel like I should probably not.
Okay. Send Dash.
Yeah. No, Dash definitely not.
Who's
Farmer?
Dash?
I'm pretty close, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say, what's your
It's Dart,
companion's
right?
name? Dart. I'm
Dart.
sorry. Is it
Yes.
Dash?
Okay, no, that's. I was just like, we picked up characters. Man, I'm not aware.
No.
of-
Like I'm trying to keep them all straight. Pharma. Does Pharma want to go?
Yeah.
Asher, you going?
No, I'll be.
Okay.
I'll be
So,
finding a room, and I will be on the balcony watching.
So for the sake of the speed of the role play, like we don't have to role play this all out. Can we like I don't know, do a bar crawl and just try to find some info as we go?
Absolutely.
Do some
I
rolls for
want.
it.
I want charisma and speech from the two of you. There's no set success number, but assume that you're interacting with male and/or female humans, so you can re-roll.
Gotcha.
Really
Spend
built
some
for
AP.
this.
Can we spend some AP on this?
Absolutely. You are currently at 5.
I will spend one. Sarah, you want to spend one?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend one,
Okay. Charisma and
and I can re-roll 2 dice.
I can also reroll. I'm built for
A
this.
smooth talker.
I also have smooth talker. Yay. Okay.
I feel pretty. I'm not gonna re-roll. I got 4 successes.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna reroll one because I got a 19. Yes. So I got 6 successes.
Okay. So 10 between the two of you?
Yeah, I rolled a 5, 3, and a 2.
Nice.
Yeah, so you guys spend a hour and a half maybe going between this place and a couple other bars. And really what it comes down to is that what you said. Anybody here is willing to make caps any way they can. So if someone hasn't gone that way already, they are going to go that way as soon as the light breaks. The people here don't have anything particularly against the Vault 124 dwellers, but also like the merchants got killed, so why kick a hornet's nest if you don't have to? You just get the vibe that they're ignoring the problem. Like just it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. That's really the whole shtick of it. Like
I mean,
don't
you
pick
should
up a whole-
care, but
Yeah, well, here we are.
so if we're looking for enemies against the predators, they're not going to be here.
There, you might be able to get a couple of people together that are interested in fighting, but most of the people here are just interested in staying safe behind walls.
Okay. Well,
Also, friendly, this is the most apathetic settlement in all of the Naptown. Like, you'd have
oh,
better chances just about anywhere else.
anywhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a fun night, right?
It was a blast.
Oh, well, you
Yeah.
guys drank about a bunch of alcohol, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm sure we did. I need to
Do you want
roll
to buy
for that.
some? You want to buy some of Dick Doll to get over that real quick?
Sure.
Yeah, because who wouldn't?
Yeah.
It's on me.
Like with the last shot I drank, I actually just put the addictol just straight into the shot.
Nice. Okay.
Like-
Yeah, perfect. Perfection.
Double shot with the addictol.
This is
Yeah.
how I finish every night, kid. Trust me. Just
It's what keeps you so young and spry.
that's right. Even my, youthful look.
Actually, I think that is actually going to be a great place for us to stop for the night. We've got a lot to do next week, but we will be back at the same Fallout time and the same Fallout channel to tell you more about what's going on in the Naptown Wasteland tomorrow. Right, John? Tomorrow is Redemption.
Yep, tomorrow will be Redemption.
So Redemption, which is lovely people playing Star Wars, will be on. It's tomorrow at 8, right?
Tomorrow at 8, yep.
I'm so good at this. I wrote it all down, I promise. Oh, hey, look, there it is. So definitely come out for that. Redemption Podcast will be joining us then to stream Smuggler's Blues, which is an Edge of the Empire actual play podcast. And then keep an eye out. We have some Seriously Let's Play coming up. You can find out information about that as it comes out if you join our Discord, which you should do. There's a link right there in the chat. And you can also go to our YouTube channel and look for, that's not how you do that, and look for the video of the Terror Goose, which I believe should be in the Fallout playlist. You guys put together a Fallout playlist, didn't you? I think you did.
Well, we've got, we're slowly getting our content up on YouTube, but everything is out on TikTok, and I believe the Fallout Goose is there.
Yeah, if you have any trouble finding it, just send us a message on Discord, and I will go find it happily. So all you have to do is click on that Discord and go join it, and yeah, we'll be happy to help you find that. Otherwise, we will see you guys next week. Bye.